Okay, alright. Hard mode Devourer. Let's see how fast we can get him now with my ultimate build. Okay, let's go. Time to go down again. I'm sorry. You need to go down. And I'm pretty sure I could have done better. I messed up my timing with my ability here. See again, I'm messing up right now. I'm reloading. And it's over. That was still good though. That was still good. Let's see how long it took us. 40 seconds, and I'm pretty sure I could have done way better with my abilities and the way I was reloading my weapon. But yeah, 40 seconds hard mode Devourer, because I need to say it again, this is hard mode, because in the comment sections below some people don't seem to get it that this is not the regular mode, this is the hard mode. I'm not saying Devourer hard mode is the hardest one and defeating him is a crazy feat. I'm not saying that, but still this is hard mode. If you can kill any bosses hard mode in less than 1 minute, I think you are doing a really good job. That's all I have to say. Let's go super fast. We need to get there before he lands so we can have water on the ground like so. Okay, let's go crazy. Good. Good, good, good. Reloading. Let's go. Destroy that thing. This is the one, guys. Under 40 seconds, I think. Good. No, I don't have any more MP. Come on, come on, come on. I think I did it. I think that was 39 seconds. I'm not sure. But guys, I did not have any MP, so I could not throw my bubble. Please tell me. Yup, under 40 seconds. I think this is my best I've done with this combination of the ultimate Valby and the enduring legacy. And I could have done even better if I could have been able to throw my bubble, but because I did not have any MP, I was not able to throw it. And me not standing in water, I was not able to have this stat right here to 75% of firearm critical hit rate. So whenever I stand in water, this is how high my critical hit rate, and whenever I'm not on water, you can see it's 37. Guys, in this video I'm showing you my best build in this game so far. I've done a lot of videos on Jibber, Ezimo, a lot of characters, different weapons, but by far this is my best one and my favorite one. It is so simple but so useful. It is with the ultimate Valby and the enduring legacy, which I think is the best weapon in the game at this moment. So like you saw in the beginning of this video, I easily defeated hard mode Devourer in less than 40 seconds, and this is mainly because of this mod right here. So this is the supply moisture. You could do the same as me by only having this mod. You don't even have to have any of these mods. The most important one is the supply moisture. While on water, increases firearm critical hit rate, skill critical hit rate, skill duration, and firearm attribute trigger rate. Reduction of MP consumption does not apply. It doesn't really matter. The last part, forget about it. What we really want here is the 20% firearm critical hit rate increase, the 20% skill critical hit rate increase, and the trigger rate increase of 2%. And we also have the skill duration up 10%. So this build is mainly focused on the weapon. I can already see a lot of you guys commenting about the, oh, this is not a Valby build, but this is a weapon build. But I don't really mind this. If you do this, guys, you're gonna be able to have the same result. I don't care about what you guys want to call it. This is a Valby build or a weapon build, or sometimes I also get, or it doesn't really count, your weapon did all the damage. Okay, like that's the point. That's the point, guys. That's the point. So let's keep going. I have Steam Accelerant. This is my favorite defensive or protection mod. Max HP plus 234. We do lose MP, but it doesn't matter. We have skill simplification. This is skill power modifier plus 84%. This is high, but we lose a lot of MP again. Then we have skill cooldown minus 14%. Max HP plus 52. This is called time distribution. Amplification control. This is skill effect range. So our water will take more space on the ground. And max shield plus 36%. Then we have non-attribute. This is the critical hit resistance plus 15 and non-attribute skill power plus 10. So more power and defense. Then I have more HP, increased HP. Max HP plus 218%. You will see when I show my base stats, I mainly focus on HP. I don't really care about the rest. If you have a lot of HP, you're gonna be able to resist any attacks from the bosses. Like you saw in the beginning, I don't really care about my health. It is so high. Then we have a little bit of defense, but mainly I use this one for the skill power modifier plus 12%, and it gives us defense plus 89. This is a really good one. Then we have fragile mindset. This is skill cost minus 8, skill effect range plus 22. Mainly I did this one for the skill cost because like you saw here, we lose a lot of MP. So the least we can do is have the cost of our skill really low. Then we have maximize skill. This is skill power plus 87 and skill cooldown plus 50. This is not really good because the skill cooldown is really high. Probably the reason why most people won't use this mod, but I use it because I'm going for a quick kill. I don't want to spend a lot of time fighting bosses. This is my boss build, by the way, so that's why I don't really care about the skill cooldown or the duration. I'm going for a 40-second fight. That's why I don't really care about the skill cooldown. Plus this one does help a little bit. This is minus 14, so it's not a skill cooldown plus 50, but more like skill cooldown 35% here. This one negates this one right here, but here we have the skill power plus 87. That's a lot of damage here. When you combine those two, it's really good. And finally, I have when landing a firearm critical hit rate on enemy inflicted with debuff, skill power modifier plus 2.5% for 5 seconds up to 10 stacks. So with this build right here, this is so good because we're gonna be hitting firearm critical hit rate, which usually don't happen a lot of time because firearm critical hit rate is low in this game. But with this mod, we're gonna have a really high firearm critical hit rate. So this one will make this one happen a lot, which will then boost our skill power modifier a lot. So those are the mods I use on my Valby. As for my weapon, we use mainly the Enduring Legacy, the best weapon in this game. So let me show you the basic stats. This weapon starts with the base stats. It starts with a 2.3 times the firearm critical hit damage. This is the second best base stat in this game. I think the only other weapon that does more is the pistol, the new one they added, and it's a pistol, so obviously it's not better than LMG in my opinion. And the firearm critical hit rate is not as high, but it's not the best, but it's not the lowest. It starts with a 20%, which is really good. Then the unique ability of this weapon on hitting an enemy increases statue effect trigger rate corresponding to the element fire, chill, electric, toxic, and inflicts a unique ability quenching to the target enemy. And by the way guys, I did do a video on the Enduring Legacy. This weapon mainly focused on everything on this weapon, so if you want to know more about this weapon, I would suggest you to go check it out. But in this video, we're mainly focusing on the relation of the Ultimate Valby build and the Enduring build, so I won't go crazy in every details for this weapon. But mainly we like this weapon because whenever we attack an enemy inflicted with burn, we have a firearm attack plus 10%, and we also have quenching, which will make the enemy have fire resistance minus 5. So mainly that's why we like this weapon. And the stats that we have on this weapon is fire attack 1629. So this matches perfectly with the unique ability of this weapon. So we are going to be able to inflict burns to the enemy, which will then give us a 10% firearm attack, which I just showed you earlier. So you need to have fire attack on this weapon. Then we have bonus firearm attack on Colossus and firearm critical hit rate. The only one we need to upgrade is the firearm critical hit damage, which we will do. If we could get a gold stat firearm critical hit damage on this weapon, I would be able to finish the Devourer in less than 30 seconds for sure. These weapons are really good, but they're not better than the Enduring, so there's no point of me even showing you guys these right now. But I will be doing another video on the Secret Garden because I am working on it right now. You can see I'm cooking something right there. Like, I have really good stats, so that's for another video. Now, the mods I use, nothing complicated. Those are almost always the same. I have firearm attack. This is 61%. I have more firearm attack plus 32%. So now this gives us a 20, well, close to 28,000 firearm attack. I do have other stuff that boosts this stats here, so that's why I'm not saying this is a 28, but it will be close to it. Then we have firearm critical hit damage plus 74. With this build, we want to focus mainly on the critical hit damage because we're gonna be able to boost our firearm critical hit rate a lot. So you see the stats right here. I have a 30% firearm critical hit rate. It is really low, but we don't have to worry because we're using the supply moisture I showed you earlier. This one will go up to 75% of firearm critical hit rate. I will have this number right here, which is really high. It will happen 75% of the time. That's really good. So in order for you to have those stats, you're gonna have to have this mod concentration priority. This is firearm critical hit damage plus 120%, really high. Then we have firearm critical hit rate plus 39%. We have rounds per magazine plus 30%, but mainly I have this one on because I want the 6.5% of firearm critical hit damage. Then we have fire rate plus 20, and I also use this one for the firearm critical hit damage 6.5%. I really want that number to go really high. I'm telling you, you need to focus on the firearm critical hit damage. And then we have firearm critical hit rate plus 14, but we want the firearm critical hit damage plus 6.5% again. Then we have those two fire mods. The first one adds fire attack equals to 30% of firearm attack. So that's why we need to have a really high firearm attack so we can have a lot of fire attack. And guys, remember the unique ability of the enduring weapon. As soon as we inflict burns to the enemy, we have a boost of 10% of firearm attack. So this one is really nice. Then we have when attacking enemies inflicted with burn, which will happen a lot because all the mods I showed you and the unique ability and the fire attack rule that I got on this weapon, I have firearm attack plus 26%. So you can see the correlation of everything matches perfectly. That's why I like about this build. Now we're moving on to the gear. I have a reactor for the enduring legacy. Obviously, this will boost my abilities, and I have the stats dimension skill power boost ratio and non-attribute skill power boost ratio. I could definitely find a better one, but this is the only one I have, and it's still good. But imagine if you could get a better one. As for my external components, I use the acrobat sets. When you have all four, you're gonna have skill power plus 1.7, firearm attack plus 2.8, and you're gonna have the firearm critical hit rate plus 21% and the skill critical hit rate plus 5.9%. So I think that's a really good set to use with this build. And my base stats, you can see I have 18,000 of max HP, so that's basically the only thing protecting me. My max shield is good as well, but my defense is not really good. But like I said, it doesn't matter. The health here is everything. All right, guys, now a quick explanation on how this build works. If you did not understand what I said earlier, I will show it to you. So whenever I shoot my weapon, this is what it can do. I will only focus the body so you guys will see. So these are the numbers I get. 284 of critical hit damage, and it happens quite a lot, right? And if we go here on the enduring legacy, look at my numbers. 37% of firearm critical hit rate. Keep in mind, this is 37, remember that. And here we have a 5% of skill critical hit rate, which is not really good. But whenever we use our abilities because of this mod right here, when we stand on the water, it will increase the firearm critical hit rate of my skill and my weapon. So we'll do right there. I will throw my water. So now I am in it. I will go right here, and now look. It used to be 37, now it's 75. It used to be 5, and now it's 26. I think you guys don't understand it. 75% of firearm critical hit rate on the best weapon damage wise, well, firearm critical hit damage wise. I think that is just insane. So what it does is I stand on water, and now look at the yellow numbers. I have a 75% chance of having a critical hit damage. That is just crazy. So what I like to do is use all my abilities. So I will go like this. So now you can see I'm doing damage to them. 144,000 of damage. That's a lot. Obviously against the boss you won't see that number, but against any other elite, because this build is not only good for the Devourer but also good for other bosses or any elite monster you're fighting. So you're going to want to do all three of your ability really fast so you can do the most damage quickly. You will see what I mean. So now look, there's 3 ticks of damage happening to that guy at the same time. Look at all the damage. 144, the 61, and the 76 damage. So now you're doing all these damage, and at the same time you're standing on water and you shoot him. This is just unfair damage wise to the enemy. So with all those mods back here, this is how you can obtain what I just showed you. And this one I like it because whenever you inflict a debuff, which is the case whenever you use the ability of Valby, because whenever you inflict water you will inflict laundry to the enemy, which is a debuff. In case you need to know, laundry is that, you see that logo right here, that red logo, that means that guy is inflicted with laundry, which is a debuff. So yet again, it matches perfectly with everything I showed you. Yeah guys, this is my ultimate Valby Enduring Legacy build. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you have any question, let me know in the comment sections below, or if you have any more tips, any way I can upgrade or make that build better, let me know in the comment sections below as well. That being said, peace.